Hugo in Portuguese is Hugo.
Hugo Marins?
Hugo Marins.
Marins.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here with you,
Yeah, wait.
Guillem.
Yeah, wait. Incremental greetings.
Incremental greetings. That's true.
Nice. So today we have a guest, Hugo Marins from
Brazil?
Brazil. Yes.
Yes.
So he has been a SuperMemo user for a while, I think 3 months already, more or less.
Yes, 152 days,
Ah,
three
yeah,
months,
it's in
and
the screen. Ah,
yes,
it's been
a
longer.
little
Nice,
more.
nice. And basically, he will show us more or less his solution
I-
with using Mac. So you have been converted to the SuperMemo, let's say, but not enough to buy a Windows computer.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, Guillem,
Yeah.
I had a Windows computer until few months before I start using SuperMemo. I
Oh,
bought my
okay.
first Mac this year, at the beginning of this year.
Okay.
And and some 2 or 3 months later, I started trying SuperMemo. But I do have yet the Windows computer that I started using in the Windows computer. But later on, I gave him to my fiancée in the time that now it's my wife, and she lived in another city. I tried to remotely access to use SuperMemo. It was a
Oh,
chaos,
wow. Okay.
so I realized a way to use a virtual machine. But I
Nice.
started in Windows.
Okay, good to know. And then, so what we'll cover is how you can use SuperMemo in Windows, and especially in your case, it's a Mac Mini, which
Yes, perfect.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the lowest tier, right? It's the less powerful Mac.
Yes, not necessarily the less powerful, but
Okay.
as the Mac Mini has only the computer that has no keyboards nor
Oh yeah.
monitors
Oh,
associated, so it's cheaper, but it has a very good processing
oh yeah.
capacity.
Depends on the country. I think in my country is 650 euros, so about 700 American dollars, the mini. So it's in
Yes,
the low
I
range.
think
Well,
I think something like these. You have different versions. Mine is not the lowest one,
okay.
but you I think considering Mac uh, Apple prices, it's a very decent price
Yeah.
for a product, and you don't have to use their monitors. I even bought their keyboard, but it was not really necessary. I think
Okay.
having the Mac Mini itself, it's enough.
Nice.
And I have never used Mac before. It was a nice experience. But of course, it brought some friction when I started using SuperMemo.
Okay. Then what I see in the screen is that you have like a slide kind of thing.
Yes,
So,
just some recollections of. I was thinking this morning about the revisiting the difficulties that I had when I first set the virtual machine. After the virtual machine is set, it's a seamless process. But to get it set, there are some hardships. So I was recollecting these and
okay.
remembering. I did that with the help of um, artificial intelligence, so I could recover my the his its instructions, and so I could remember that there were some problems. You know, what was difficult to what care you should have to set it in UTM and things like that.
Okay.
But we are free. You can ask whatever you
Yeah.
want. I just have this means
So,
here to have quick access if I have to explain
okay,
anything
cool.
to you.
So what I see already is that you have Windows 11 virtualized in the machine, not 10.
Yes, it's true.
Nice. And
this plan.
do you you use, I think, how you call that? Edge, Microsoft Edge?
Microsoft Edge, yes.
Okay.
The browser,
Yep.
yes. I use the Edge.
Nice. Uh, and I see your. It's interesting your the concept you have active in your collection.
Oh, it's true. You you became
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
concept because
Yeah. Nice. So that
you have introduced me many things, and I have
ah
some of your course here. Have imported some things here of
yeah
your
the
fluency
fluency
course, etc.
course. Nice, nice.
Yes, and so I
Then another a few other questions which can be problematic in SuperMemo. The virtual machine is in English, or do you have the Portuguese language version?
I think it's in English.
It's in okay.
I think it's in English. Let me see here. Yes, it's in English.
Oh, nice,
It's
nice,
in
nice,
English.
nice.
Yes, I prefer to use things in English too.
There are some technicalities that are messing with that. Then that's not an issue. And the first
Yes.
screenshot you have, can you make it bigger? The one that is dark?
Can can you repeat, please?
Yeah, yeah. The picture you have like in a screenshot.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. It shows the virtual machine, the UTM. I can go here to Mac, and we will see here the the virtual machine running. That's it.
Okay, you have allowed 10 gigabytes of RAM, I'm assuming.
Yes, I we you don't you need something like more than four, but I have allowed 10, even because I had some issues with audio. I tried to increase to see if it would change, but no, it didn't. I couldn't solve perfectly my audio issues, even though they are acceptable. Just some unclean or shuttering audio due to the audio controller of the virtual machine.
Okay. I'm not that familiar with Mac. I know sometimes they change the architecture that kind of breaks all the stuff. Is that
Yes,
did this happen to you, or is the M4 chips or stuff like this, or is
yes.
that
I think this was the issue why I couldn't use VirtualBox that I tried to use before UTM, because MacBooks now have a new architecture. The Apple Silicon, the Silicon Valley, they have their own processor, and the ARM64 architecture. And I think it was being an issue that was preventing me from installing VirtualBox. But with UTM that is built for Mac, it could be it was not a problem. The architecture, as you can see here,
yeah, it's
is it's an ARM 64. The
okay.
newer products of Apple have this architecture here.
Nice, nice, nice. Is this a paid software, the UTM?
No, no, it's free.
Ah, it's
It's
free.
free.
Okay, cool.
It's free. It's open source and free.
Nice, because
So
I know some people use parallels in order to use SuperMemo in Mac. Nice, so it's totally free.
yes, it's totally free.
Nice. And in your list, I see the Spice tools. Can you elaborate? What is that?
These Spice tools, when you install the Windows, the virtual machine, there are some drivers issues and things like that that you have to use these these Spice tools. It comes with the UTM. In your Windows, you will see a driver called guest tools, UTM guest tools. I think you can see it here in
Yep.
my window. So you have to execute the files here to have these things installed. And it is used for essential drivers, display visualization, etc. So there is a kind of flow you have to follow
Okay.
that you need to first of all install the UTM, this software here that is, as I told, open source and free,
Hmm.
and uses this Camo quick emulator technology for mainly the emulations.
Hmm.
Then you need to create the virtual machine. There are some issues. You have to take some care in some configurations, but you have to create this virtual machine. Then you run this virtual machine and you have to install Windows inside it.
Okay.
You need also beyond the the UTM, you need an image, an ISO image of Windows.
Hmm.
You can obtain this in this site here. If you type Windows ARM64 ISO image in Google, you have it
Okay. Cool.
because during the installation you need it. And so first of all, you create the virtual machine.
Hmm.
When you run it for the first time, you have to install Windows there. And after, in the same process, you have to also install these spicy. I don't know what spicy means, but these
I.
the set of tools for drivers and so on, things to make the drivers
Nice. And
work
then,
well
did you
between the
get?
different environments.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you get a license key, or you're using it for free?
For Windows, no, I don't got a license.
Okay.
Well, sometimes you will have this. Now it's not showing, but sometimes there will be a message here telling you to activate.
Uh huh.
But
Okay.
I have been so far I have had not no problems with
So let's.
about being with a Windows without
Yeah.
license.
If you allow me a joke, SuperMemo creates more friction than the pop-up of get a license key. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Much more because
Yeah.
mine, for example, I think a week. I have to wait something like a week to obtain my
Oh,
license key.
okay, nice. And what
Yes.
about Internet Explorer? Can you install it or you just forget about it?
Oh, I can with some difficulty. I don't even remember what I had to do, but I saw in one of your videos that you could you via
Ah, here you go.
here we are via I don't know if it's Edge. No, it's Edge. Not always works, but via
Ah, it's Edge. Okay.
yes. Shift click to open.
Yeah, if you click
Let's try
Shift,
here.
Shift click.
Shift click. Oh, now it's here. Only
Nice!
through
It's
SuperMemo
immortal! Oh my god, it
I
worked!
am able
I
to
mean,
open it.
nobody intended. I'm disbelief. It works in Internet Explorer through a virtual machine. Wow.
Yes, I don't use it anymore, even because when I started using SuperMemo, uh, I was already in SuperMemo 19, so
Oh yeah,
it
but
was always important from Edge. I saw that there are some differences in the importer, something you had in the Internet Explorer
yeah.
importer you don't have
So
anymore.
even for users who have SuperMemo 18, they can still do a virtual machine and use it in a
Yes,
Mac.
yes.
Nice.
Oh, yes, they can.
Can,
They
can,
can.
can can you, for
It's not.
instance, import it now? Let's see if the flow is exactly the same. I'm curious.
Okay, let us add here um, that something here in Super Memo.
You could import the belief if you want, but yeah. Import.
The belief.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's
let's
Wikipedia.
try.
It's a gold
So I
standard.
forgot the shortcut because I don't have to use the shortcut.
It's the same. The Shift F8 also gets
No,
Internet Explorer.
but I think the shift F8 will not. Oh, I understand your point now.
Let's see if
Let
it
me let
works.
us see.
Yep, it's in the list.
Yes, you can.
Oh wow,
You can import.
let's see if you can import it. I will be really impressed.
Let us see. Yes,
Wow. Okay,
success.
that's the styling you apply. Nice. It actually
Yes,
works.
yes,
Wow.
it worked.
Nice. I'm already impressed that you get Internet Explorer working in a.
Yes, and the only way I could open, I tried many things to
Hmm.
open Internet Explorer, followed some blogs, internet, but there was no way to open it until I saw one of your videos that
Hmm.
told about doing this in through through a SuperMemo link. So I put this in this page here for me to use when necessary.
Nice.
But it's open. It works.
Now, we get that the import works. I already see the interface works. And yeah, you mentioned that the audio can get weird or some technical issues. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
I have some. I had some audio issues.
Hmm.
I can, to be true, uh, I had an issue with a display resolution that I can talk about later.
Hmm.
But why I just mentioned these because if I use a lower resolution,
Hmm.
my audio issues disappear. I don't have problem with audio issues.
Oh.
But my super memo environment would look like crap, so very badly.
Hmm.
So I try to I have a large monitor, 32 inches, with a 4K resolution. So I wouldn't give up of having a good resolution. So when I have high resolution, I I get some audio issues in UTM. The
Okay.
sound, the audio gets a little unclean, shuttering, but not a big deal. I
Okay.
hardly see videos here just for eventually an incremental video that I don't
Yeah.
use
Just
much
for,
yet.
just for people who use incremental video, could you just play, let's say, YouTube? And I don't.
Okay, I can even
There's.
put one of your videos here
Yeah, sure.
within SuperMemo itself.
Nice. You're not sharing audio with me, I think. Could be.
Yes, I couldn't do that, but I could hear fine. It's just that if you want to hear some music or something like this, it will bother a little, but for me, just a little. No, no, not a big deal.
Okay. So let's say that you don't do incremental video flow, not because of technical issues.
No, no, not because of that.
Okay.
Just I have other flows with videos. I started trying to do these in SuperMemo, but not much yet.
Okay, cool.
Not much yet.
Then, so we have seen the web import, but if you want to import like you are doing images, but the images are in your computer, so in Mac, how do you put them
Yes,
in SuperMemo?
in when you set the virtual machine, you can have a shared folder. If I come here to my Internet Explorer and go to this PC, There is this
Oh,
that appears
like a
as a driver here.
network drive. Okay.
Yes, it's a folder here in Windows, and I can go to my Finder here, and I'll find also this same folder here. There is this shared folder.
Okay.
It's a way of doing things from um, moving files from one environment to the other. But I almost prefer to use online services. I have here online cloud services. I have here OneDrive and Google Drive, and it the syncing is almost instant.
Okay.
So as I have all my file structure already in these services, I m- most of the times you bring the files from the cloud.
Okay, so you let's say you take the screenshot, and in a few seconds it will be already synced, and you access it from the
Yes,
virtual machine. Okay.
yes. Let us, for example, let us here. I'll come here in my control key and go there to my folder. I have here users, Google, and I have here in my OneDrive folder. I have my images here. You see?
So you
So
use your full
yes,
frames.
so
Hmm.
I the same image that I have few minutes ago put here. So it's an easier flow because most of my files are in specific folder, so I don't have to force it to go to the shared folder.
Okay.
But there are these two possibilities to interchange files between the
And
systems.
what do you do? So in this case, are PNGs. What will you do if it's a format that SuperMemo doesn't support?
You say about images.
Yeah. For instance, I think it's ChatGPT. If you create images with ChatGPT and you download them, the format is not acceptable for SuperMemo. But
Well,
could be anything. What do you do in those
look,
cases?
usually usually when I will use I use to, during my flow of using SuperMemo, I prefer to use Microsoft Edge here inside the virtual machine than to use things in Mac. So probably I'll be already here. So I can copy and paste the image that probably Windows will handle this in a
Okay.
format that SuperMemo will be able to accept.
Okay. Could be the case that you have a custom profile for Edge, so you use that profile only on the virtual machine, or you just use vanilla.
Yes, I use Edge here when I am here in the Windows environment, but when I am in Mac, I use or Safari or Chrome, so I don't have this need to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Cool. Nice. So it doesn't create, or let's say there's some friction, but this is a friction you can tolerate the daily in a daily basis.
Yes, this is not a big situation, and the ability of being. There was another possibility. I have here in my home another Windows computer, but I would things that are on my Mac would be inaccessible. So I think it's easier to deal with a virtual machine than it's not that difficult
Okay.
to the flow of transferring things.
So when
And
it's
even
yeah.
I didn't say yet, but there is a shared clipboard also. So when I copy on my or here on my Mac environment, I can paste. Not sometimes the text will be not unformatted and images, I cannot do this, but for pure text, I can do this directly.
Okay, cool. So usually text, and for images, you rely on third parties, Google Drive, OneDrive, and so on.
Yes,
On the
I
cloud.
have the shared folder, but it's not. Sometimes you have to put things there. So, so I most of the time I use the online cloud services because they sync very fast. So I can change here to save a file that let's suppose that I am using Safari here and with uh,
Then
with something here.
related to archives, how do you backup your collection?
I don't know exactly what is the proper procedure to this. What I do is very simple. I come direct to the folder and I just take the icon here and the folder. I compress it into a zip
A zip
file
file. Okay. You
because usual beforehand I just copy it and paste it to a folder that is synced with my OneDrive. But
Yeah, that's a bad practice. You get corrupted. Yeah.
yes,
No.
and it would take a long time for the
You.
I didn't even
I know it's
I
look.
think I couldn't say because it's SuperMemo is open.
Yeah, exactly. You need to close it down. No, yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
yeah,
need to do it. Okay.
yeah. I have already done,
Yeah.
but no problem.
Uh,
But
you only
I
backup. Sorry, you only backup your personal collection. You don't backup the advanced English.
sometimes I do. But, the advanced English is very good. It's very big. I don't use it anymore, at least for now. And so I, I, from time to time, there are other folders as well, configurations
Yeah, wait,
from
wait,
time
wait.
to time.
But before going there, oh, okay, you have a dedicated section for backups. Uh, but
Yeah,
do you send this to the cloud or just by put it in a?
yes.
Okay.
Usually I would make it go to a zip file just to make things faster when go to the cloud. And I would paste in these other folder here that it is that's synced, and that's my flow. From time to time, I will take the complete. I will make a
Oh, nice.
complete file with all the collections and so on.
Okay, makes
That's
sense.
my that's the flow I usually use. And I do things from 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Each 5 days I do this. My collection is not that large yet, so
Okay.
I'll get files of
Yeah,
180
that's doable. Yeah.
megas. Yeah, it doesn't take a long time to make the backup.
Nice. And then I think I have seen written somewhere in your items that there were conflicts of keyboards, key bindings. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, it's that's one of the things that we have to learn to to live with because there is this eternal war of Windows and people and Mac that they follow different traditions. Everything that is control in Windows will be command in Mac, even though there is another key called control in Mac.
Okay.
So I how I use both environments at the same time. If I go to Mac, I must use control command plus C to copy. But if I am in the virtual machine, I must use the other key, Control plus C. So it's a little difficult sometimes. You will do things
Yeah, I have.
incorrectly.
Okay. Makes sense.
There is this get used to this is difficult, and there are some keyboard conflicts, real great keyboard conflicts, because the virtual machine is not completely aware if it's uh, the, you will use some kind of shortcut that is a shortcut in the Mac environment. So instead of sending it to the virtual machine, it will perform another action in Mac. For
Yeah.
example, I'll press here Control plus spacebar. It's used to change the
Keyboard,
keyboard.
keyboard layout.
Yeah, so if I if I need to use the control space, there is a button here, capture input devices. I can put here in the top, I can see a bar that is from the UTM, and there is this little button here, capture input device, that I must press it, and from now on, uh, it's not going to send to my keyboard actions to Mac anymore. It will direct everything to the to
Virtual
the
machine.
virtual machine. Now I can use the
Nice.
control bar to open
The browser.
the the browser.
Nice.
And another example, the shift F8, the importer. I must have pressed this button here. There is also uh, these two keys here, Control plus Option, that I can use. And so now I can use the Shift F8. Otherwise, I would have a problem. Well, something happened here.
Yeah, it failed.
An issue. Okay,
Oh
let
yeah,
me
but it
close
still
this.
worked. Okay, cool. And
Yes.
the other solution, as I see already, is to use that hotkey, so you don't have to press every time.
Yes, because even using this capture, there are things that you cannot solve otherwise.
Okay.
For example, I took this example here, Shift plus Insert. I discovered these some days ago in one of the WOS videos. He created a hyperlink to an element using these. He goes to an element, uses Control G to copy the number of the element, and paste it as a HTML link in another using Shift Insert. But there is no insert button in Mac keyboards. So for these things and other things, I already used AutoHotkey for other purposes. So sometimes you can rely on it. So I mapped, for example, in my case, uh, Windows key or command Shift I to have the same
Okay.
to send
Uh,
to Windows
See,
this combination.
it only requires a little more prep work to have all of the key bindings that don't work or collide.
Yes,
But once it's
sometimes
set
you
up,
see a key bind. You see in the manual, for example, a key bind, it will not work, and maybe it's because of the virtual machine. You can try AutoHotkey to see
and it
if
works.
it's
So
working.
the auto hotkey within the virtual machine works completely fine, or there's also some limitation.
No, it works. It works well. I didn't know AutoHotkey before
Okay.
SuperMemo, but I have here some combinations that I already use, and to works perfectly well. After I start the virtual machine, it takes a time for it to load.
Okay.
So sometimes in the beginning of using the SuperMemo, my combinations will not work, but just a few minutes later, it will be okay.
Okay. So you need to wait some minutes, and then it will.
Sometimes something like 2, 3 minutes
Okay.
for it to load because I have these cloud services here, OneDrive, Google Drive. It takes a lot to load and search for new files to sync. So sometimes it it takes a little time.
Nice. So you can. So I mean, it's not a deal breaker. You just wait a few minutes, and it work for the rest of the session. There,
Oh
there,
yes, oh yes.
there's nothing major that breaks. I'm actually
No, no,
I'm actually surprised. Surprised. Nice. So
no,
let's
no,
say
it's
that
not
all of my AutoHotkey scripts that I already have, I could use inside the virtual machine. Virtually everything.
virtually everything. Yes, I have had no problems with hotkey scripts here.
Nice. Cool.
I told I would speak about display resolution.
Yeah.
Just a few words about it. There is a difference in Windows and Mac and how they deal the display resolution settings. It brought a little conflict to me in the beginning.
Ah, the DPI.
Be- yes, because in Windows you would set the the display resolution and a scale, two different things. The display resolution would match to your monitor capacity. But things are different in Mac. If I
Okay.
if I have just one setting, what I have to choose indeed is the size of the UI elements, test, etc. So when I use my 4K monitor in 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 Mac, I use this resolution here, even though my monitor has a larger one. And Mac will see that will read it as my desired UI size, UI element size, and he will internally deal with the situation of the resolution.
Okay. Yeah.
The problem is that the UTM will read the resolution I have set in 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 Mac and will replicate it to the Windows environment. And so the resolution that is good for me to use Windows to use the virtual machine that reflects my monitor capabilities. When I go to Mac, I get these elements too small here. So I have to always be changing my when I want to use Mac, I
Oh.
use this one. But if I use this one and go to Windows, blah, 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 everything is messed up.
Yeah. Exactly. I think.
So I have to go back to this resolution to work well in Windows.
Okay. Perhaps this can be solved because that's a known issue in SuperMemo, the DPI scaling. Usually in Windows, this happens to to laptops that they have
Okay.
more resolution, so the density per pixel is higher, but then it will look too tiny and you scale this up. So I don't know exactly how the virtual machine does this, but I think just changing the settings within the Windows will be enough, so you don't have to toggle that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I even tried, but I didn't know. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly
or if
why
it
it didn't
doesn't,
work.
yeah.
But I here in UTM I can choose if it will resize the display automatically. I have unmarked it in the past, but it wasn't okay. So it, just know that there is this little thing that may bother you a little, but also not a big deal. If I could accept this kind of resolution here, that the words are not that beautiful, but okay, it
Yeah,
could not be a problem.
yeah,
But for me,
exactly. It's trade-off. You can work with a low
yes,
resolution, so you adapt the layout and that's it.
yes,
Yeah.
you can. Here I have my resolution here is scaled, but if I eventually, let us say, I'll unscale these, and if I put 100%, it would be a nice. size, the text. It's a perfect size. Not that perfect resolution, but good enough. And you wouldn't have to bother. So there is these other
Okay.
possibilities as
Or,
well.
or I guess another possibility is to get a monitor that doesn't scale at all.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so at least is a friction that you can tolerate. That every session you need to toggle this, and at the end of the session toggle this again back.
Yes. I
Okay.
could have found another way, but as I for me it's good to have a good looking thing. And I have a large monitor, so I all the UI elements of SuperMemo are I let it displayed here. There is the status bar, the the status window, the contents window, the element windows with a large space, the ancestor, the element data. So everything is displayed because I have a lot of space here. So I prefer a higher resolution because
Yeah.
sometimes the text
Oh, look.
didn't get.
Now I see the activate windows. It was not there again before. Okay. The watermark to activate windows. Now I see it in the corner.
Oh, say, oh, say.
Yeah, yeah. It's very
Oh yes, activate Windows. It's true.
yeah, it's very subtle. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yes,
So,
I think I saw another of your videos of someone showing VirtualBox. I think the same thing applied, but he also told that he have never had problems with Windows. It does not block any kind of operation
yeah, yeah. You can
or
use it.
so on. I don't have any problem.
Nice.
And there is a small detail that when you are setting the the Windows machine, when you're installing Windows, you have to bypass the requirement of internet because you don't have the product key.
Okay, makes
So
sense.
you have normally it wouldn't be a problem, but you have to remember not to set the internet until the installation is
So
complete.
that means that a Mac user just let's say buys the key using my key, so 10% off, and there's the need to buy to spend more money to get a Windows license key or a software for the virtual machine.
No,
Also,
there's no need. I would
nice.
also add, if you allow, a point that I even about there are some details you have to take care while setting the virtual machine. One of them is about the storage because you have to set
Partitions.
so yes you have to set a size for the when you are setting the virtual machine. And you can supposedly resize it later, increase, decrease it later. But because of Windows, you will not be able to increase it in case you need.
Okay.
So if I would advise you to set a larger space, and because in the future you can decrease it, it's preferable than setting a small storage and then trying to increase it. It happened to me. I tried to increase, but the problem is that after increasing the virtual machine, I must go to Windows, to the Windows disk management, and this window here will appear, and I will have some free unallocated space here. But as it will not be adjacent to the to my main disk, I won't be able to expand it
Okay.
because the virtual machine will install these other things here, and you'll be a free space here. Windows do not allow you to expand. I tried many things, and the only way I could do that was by using a third part software. I had to pay for it. I remembered of it because you said about paying. So I
Yeah.
have to pay. It was not that cheap, but it was the only solution for me, at least, to can
Okay.
increase the size because I have some these
So the
these online
recommendation,
services here.
yeah, the recommendation is go bigger than you think you need.
Yes, and if you need later, it's easier to decrease the size.
Okay.
But to increase the size, you have this difficulty here.
Yeah, you know it's Windows. They do this thing. Yeah. Nice. Is there some other main issue or something worth mentioning that we haven't?
No,
No.
just saying that you told me that you asked me about if Mac user
Hmm?
wouldn't have would only have to pay for the Mac, and for the SuperMemo license. That's the case for me. You don't have to pay for the UTM. You don't have to pay for the Windows. The only thing to pay is really the SuperMemo license.
Okay. And once you know how to do all of these things, the partition and all of this, so now that you know how to do it, how long do you think it will take you to do it again, to set everything up so SuperMemo is ready to use within a Mac computer?
No, it's not that much time. I think something like half an hour,
And now, okay.
maybe an hour will be enough. I I had some difficulties in the beginning because you don't know exactly what is important. I follow artificial intelligence instructions, but there was some little things that would create some problem. But now I don't think it would be that much. Well,
Okay,
the
so
what you have to take care is are these things I told about.
exactly. So if you have, let's say, a guide with a few screenshots, as you have, in let's say
Yes,
SuperMemopedia, uh, and following those instructions, within an hour you could get SuperMemo inside the Mac and everything functional.
yes, I would say so. I think
Nice.
about an hour
So
doesn't take long.
again, what will be the hardest part is the customer service to provide the key to you. It's
Yes,
quite
that's
it's
true.
it's quite
And
ironic. Yeah.
as I had to install here in the virtual machine, I need to get another key.
Ah,
So
exactly. That's
so
an important factor. So if you use SuperMemo already, so you bought it already, now you want to use it in a Mac, it's like getting a new machine, a new device. So you need to ask for a new key, even if you paid
yes,
already.
you need you don't have to pay, but you have to need for another key
Nice.
for the
Do you
service.
think
So
when people say, "Ah, I have a Mac, I cannot use SuperMemo," do you think with this solution they could bypass this feeling?
yes, definitely. I use it almost seamlessly. I don't have problem anymore. As I told you, to make it work, it will take some time. But for me, in using UTM, I didn't have any other issues except for that small issue with the audio. I don't have uh, everything works perfectly for me. I don't have problems here. It's easy. Maybe it's a little heavy, but Mac Mini has a very good capacity. It's not slow. The initialization of Windows is always a little slow. That's why I told sometimes hotkey script will take 3 minutes to be available. But it's characteristic of Windows. But it's a seamless flow that it's not difficult to go forth and
Nice.
forth
So
and throw. It's easy to manage these before after you spend some time making it look like you want, or you discover that the issue of the display size and so on. But no, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I think nowadays it's easy to use SuperMemo in a Mac.
Nice. So let's say that the friction is low enough that is lower than using SuperMemo alone. So in other words,
For
just
sure, for sure. For
yeah,
me, I because
yeah.
my path was not direct to SuperMemo. I became using space repetition about 9 years ago using Anki. And 5 years ago, I discovered Remote when it started in 2020 during the pandemic. And so I already have these experience with Anki and Remnote, but by far to the friction then and the difficulty to get used to SuperMemo is much greater than these of trying to adapt a virtual machine here.
But it's a good investment.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
investment there's no you can't do many things in SuperMemo if you don't stop to read that manuals to make flashcards about that because otherwise you will forget everything. You have to memorize the key bindings. Without them, you don't go far in SuperMemo. So it takes a while, and even get the philosophy, understanding the how things work. Yeah, I still think it was worth the investment. I still think, even though maybe in the moment of my life I shouldn't have invested so much time in SuperMemo, but
Okay.
I think it was worth it. It was
Nice. And
worth experience, but there are a lot of frictions for sure.
yeah, one last question. So that once you set up the virtual machine, then there's nothing else to do. But let's say in a few years, I buy a new Mac, a new, let's say a laptop. Can I copy the virtual machine that it is, or I need to repeat
Yes,
the
you
entire,
can.
or I need to repeat the
You
entire
can.
process?
You can save a file, a very large file
Okay.
with everything of the of that virtual machine and import it in another to another computer. I never tried it, but I say I know it's possible to come here and to
Okay, so it will be even easier. You just install the
yes,
software,
you can
the UTM, I think it
yeah
was
because
called.
everything here is in a single file in Mac,
Yeah.
a huge file. So you can just copy it and paste, and I
Oh,
think it's
nice.
not going to be a problem.
Nice, nice. Good to know. I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of time. I will get a Mac.
Yes,
Yeah.
I changed to Apple not long ago. Now I have an iPhone, but it was just my last phone that I bought an Apple. I was never that fan of Apple. I used Samsung and Android. I was really a fan of Android. But now things are not that different anymore.
Here I have the
Uh,
Samsung.
iPhone is not that locked anymore as in the beginning, so it's nice. And I went to Mac because even my supposedly powerful computers for Windows are getting too slow. So I
Nice.
tried, and but I really liked it because of the speed, the new architecture they have is really good. So it's worth trying. And I think that Mac Mini is a fair price, has a fair price.
Yep, it's
It's
an
the
entry
best
level. As long,
cost benefit
yeah,
ratio of
as
Apple.
long, sorry. So as long as you don't require a laptop that you need to go to university, this kind of thing,
That's true.
it's the best deal. Get a Mac Mini, or if you already have it, feel free to get Super Memo.
Yes.
Uh,
And it's semi mobile because when I travel, I go with my Mac Mini. There is a little box, very few space. My keyboard. I go with a portable monitor that is light, and 15 inch, and okay, I do have a computer. It's I don't have battery.
Yeah.
It will need to be plugged to the
Yeah, but if you travel, you go
to,
to
yes,
a
to the
B&B.
energy. It's not that easy as to open a laptop, but
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
not that difficult. You can travel with it to another and open it in a hotel or the house of someone else easily.
Someone else and
So
look, and you convert that person to a SuperMemo user.
so
Yeah. Nice.
that's true.
Yeah, thank you for your time to show your setup with virtual machine. Is there some
It was my
detail?
pleasure.
Yeah, is some detail that we skip and you want to share with us?
No, I think that's it. I
That's
think
it.
the what I had to, as you say, what my 2 cents have already been added. That was it.
Nothing more to add. You say, yeah,
Yes,
nice.
nothing more to add today.
Yeah, then thank you for your time and see you incrementally.
See you. Thank you, Gideon.